Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, welcome back here to Snowman86. You join me here for another episode of Seneca County. On today's episode, it is going to be a little bit different, I suppose. We are switching from version 0.8 to version 0.9 of the map. Those of you with keen eyes will notice a couple of tweaks. So what we have done, we have off-screen pushed through, and we have gone ahead and harvested our fields that we were looking at. So if we go to here, you will see our 3 fields are harvested. So we've our 2 sunflowers gone, and our soybeans are also in. So with that said, where I was having issues on transferring the map was with the fruit file and also the cultivated file. So that's why you'll see all the map is complete. It has a cell point up here. It currently has fields all the way around the outside, so it is getting very close to a fully complete map. The reason they are not showing up is I am still running version 0.8 fruit density files and the cultivated files there also. So we are going to swap those out now for the later version, and that should bring the outside map to life, but it will also reset all our inside fields. So you'll see everything is harvested and everything needs to be plowed at the current moment. One needs lime, so we have a couple of things to do there. But as I say, once we swap over the files, all this will change, and also any crops that are currently in the growing stage or anything like that will be wiped out. So that's just one thing to note. We've managed to keep track of our finances and contracts, even in terms of the animals. In fact, we need to feed them there, so we need to do that as well. So with everything that's been said, we now have a new silo capacity. I'm finding that I can't see anything that I have in storage, and we do have our product from the previous harvest in our stores, so we can just quickly show that as well. So if I scroll along here, you will see we do have nearly 5,000 bushels of sunflower, and again we've nearly 1,350 of soybeans, but they are not showing up. I don't know, is that something I have done with what I've tried to do here with the map? But everything seems to be functioning as it should, so we will keep an eye on that as we go. And we have kept all our buildings, finances are kept the same. Time in the game is also kept the same. So with all that said, we are going to pop out here, swap around our couple of files, and I'll see you in a second. And we are back. So we've advanced 24 hours in the game. That is just to give us an idea of our better lighting for what we're going to do next. So we're just going to quickly shoot into the editing mode, landscaping even, and we're just going to zoom to the outside edges where the new fields were. Now these were not viewable on the last screen, which again, sorry now for all the jumping around. If we jump in here, you'll see we now have a full map of fields, so we can be happy with that. So the transfer of our couple of files has worked. We now have the full scale here. We have the extra cell point up here at the top corner, which is called the post, and there's an extra couple of farms and stuff stuck in around the place. And oh no, we had that cell point already. So we are getting closer to a complete map. We still own everything we owned originally. We've just now been able to update it. As I say, you'll see it has reset the values of what was planted in the field. Obviously that was not planted, and we are back to everything has changed again. So now we just need to plow field 34. 33 seems okay. It has one stage of fertilizer on it, needing lime and stuff. Sorry, it has 2 stages of fertilizer on it. And if we get in here, we'll see everything is harvested, nothing is ready. or nothing is growing. So everything that was growing in the last section we've lost now as well. But we are in autumn. We got our crops off the field, so we're quite happy with that. And again, they're not showing up there, so maybe that is something I'm doing on my side with what I've tried here on the map, trying to keep everything the same. But we'll see as we go. As I say, we still have our cattle here, and they now desperately need feed, so that is what we were going to start off our day with. I just want to quickly zoom around the outside the map that I was doing here for you, just to give you a scale of the work that has been done. This is the old railway track that runs through the map. Excuse me. So this is the new cell point. So biorefining is what it's marked as. Quite a large cell point. Quite a lot going on there. And if we just quickly shoot across the top section here of the map, we have a road running all the way. You'll see small little kind of houses slash farm buildings just dotted around the map. There's a lot here. This road continues the way across the top. The river is complete, rolling hills. So there's a lot done here. Another cattle farm over here on this side. So for anybody wanting to kind of start off on a slightly maybe smaller scale, again, you can go up this side and you're close to the shop and also to the sell point, which is handy again. So a lot more detail has been added to the map. As I say, this is now version 0.9, so still not a full release version yet. Also there has been the added crop type, which we'll just get back to our farm here now if I can find it. So you'll also notice the grain bins have changed out. So they have a smaller concrete pad there. And basically what this bin will allow you to do, if we go to our crop types, and when we scroll all the way down here, you'll see we have our standard corn, and we should have dry corn. So this bin here will dry corn. If you put in your standard corn, it will dry it, and you'll see the premium we're selling here at kind of 15 to 17 bushels, or dollars a bushel, sorry. If I go back to corn, we are considerably lower, so you do get a premium on the dry corn, so it is worth drying the corn. I don't know if there's an extra cost evaluated with it. We will maybe do a test here and find out, but for now that's where we are. So what we're quickly just going to do here now is grab our tractor and tend to our animals. Those of you again with the finer eye to detail will notice our stack of hay bales isn't quite as neat as we had the first time around. Funny story, but we'll hold it in for a little bit. Let's see if anybody else can spot any other differences here as we go around. I can already hear some of you screaming at me as we do this here. We're just going to quickly hitch up to our water, feed our cattle, or whatever the correct terminology is there. I don't know, it's probably not feed and water. We're going to fill the trough, and then we'll pop around and hook up the feed wagon. So they are consuming quite a bit of water every couple of days there. As we come into autumn, I believe the water consumption will drop. We're just going to hook up. Now the only one thing I should note as well of all this is we have lost the silage we did in the last video. So as it'll save the hay, but unfortunately we did lose all our silage. So it does mean we'll be pushing towards possibly a extra cut. So we will be aiming for a third cut here at some stage. So we'll just quickly pop in here now to our map. Our fields have, as I say, reset. So we're going to zoom back in on what we need to concentrate on. And the other thing we'll have lost, and I should show you this here, this field here is no longer ploughed. So we're just going to leave it in a grass state for now. And the idea being hopefully that once we get a final release version we'll plough it up and then turn it back to grass after that. So we'll stick with that as grass for now. And if I go in here, I believe growing, so we're kind of at the same stage we were, so we're not too bad with that. So hopefully, as I say, we might get one cut off it. But what we were going to do now is just quickly see where we need to go. So we've ploughing to do here in 34, and I'm sure that needs lime. If I pop, we're actually all good for lime. So we'll get the plough and we're going to tear straight at 34. So we have our strip ripper here, which is what we'll use as our plough function. Zoom right in there. So once we get down here to the end of the field, we will be turning and setting up the GPS, and that way we will go from there. Just want to push over just a fraction more. Weren't quite getting all of it. So should now set an A. Set B, and we're out. We have GPS. So we're going to stick with the same crop rotation, so we are aiming now to get two fields of black beans in, I believe, where the sunflower was, which is field 34 and 96. We'll be going to black bean followed up by soybeans. We will be ploughing up 34, and I think we might plough 96 just to keep them on the same cycle. That way we don't get too confused by the whole process. We don't get caught out with planting, and we need to also plough with losing yield and stuff, so we will plough those two fields. We have the time. going to slow things down here a fraction. There we go. So if there's anything in particular you'd like to see of the latest release of the map, again guys, let us know in the comments and we will do our best to accommodate that in the next video. As I say, another edition out, and again congratulations to Joel, fantastic work here, so keep up the good work. So as we pass through here, I think the one thing we will be looking to do towards the end of this year game so the one thing we will be looking to do here as we come towards the end of in-year game is possibly changing out this plow or this strip tiller. We got it, it's doing a job, but as you see it's possibly a bit too rigid, and as we have a lot of rolling hills and contours to our field, I don't think it is the best tool for the jobs. It does skip bits here and there. So again, if there's any suggestions on the plow we go for next, again guys, throw them down into the comments. We will see what we end up with. Hopefully we will get something with the same weight. Bear in mind our horsepower on our tractor is limited to 300, I believe it is. So we will be limited on the size we can pull. But again, if there's one out there, you know of one, let me know. So a couple of new features to try out here as we go forward into year 3, and we also have our cattle to keep us going over the winter, so we'll see lots to play with. It'll be my first time running cattle through a winter, so possibly mistakes that will be made. Hopefully we don't lose any, that is the main goal. Sometimes these things can't be helped, so we'll see how it goes. It will be an interesting winter. And I suppose I should mention the fact that I didn't record any of the harvesting that has happened here we just quickly got it off the field as quick as we could. Idea being that we were looking to switch over to version 0.9 as soon as we could without losing any of our crops, I suppose, in the effort we put into it. I believe there is a 4-bin silo style system. Excuse me, I just can't speak tonight. A silo based area, a 4-bin one, and its capacity is possibly bigger. We'll just have one quick look for that there now. So we'll just pause here for a second, and if we go into our silos, so we have our standard silos, and if we get down, this is it, I would think. Yep, a silo dryer. So it outputs dry corn, and also takes the others. The capacity is 1.2 million liters. Fantastic. And we are currently running we just gotta find it. We have a lot of grain bins here. There it is. I was so close, I was caught up with the other one. So this one, and it currently has a capacity of 500,000 liters. So that's the current bin we have, although it's staying we don't own any, which is posing an issue. But is it in my garage? It is in the garage. So we might try selling this and replacing it and see does that fix the issue we are displaying here. As I say, everything else is kept, but that is one thing we might attempt there. Once we have sold everything out of it and it's empty, we will look to maybe place down a new one and just see does that fix the issue we are displaying, where we can't see the fill types. And again, I'm assuming it's something I have done, as I have edited a lot of files to keep all our stats, all our money, everything like that. So it might have been something I have done here. So the simple solution might be just to sell all our product in that when we get the time is right, and the time should be right. Sunflowers. Kind of start end of the year, start of the next year. And the other thing we have is soybeans, which we will have to wait a year and a bit for. So we'll see how it goes. So there again, the plow just, or the strip tiller just misses this section. And away we go again. A little bit messy there on that. So we have a long autumn ahead. As I say, we've ploughing here to do, and in 96, and we need to get our black beans sown. Also, because we've lost our alfalfa in field 32, we might look to plant a cereal crop that will put down a straw row, so we can get bales as well off that. And those straw bales will mainly be used for converting to TMR, or total mixed ration, for feeding of our cattle. So we shouldn't need too many either, so that should work out pretty handy for us. So we're going to plow away here. We will keep going. So we'll press on with this here off screen. So as I say, this will probably be again a shorter version, just a quick run around of version 0.9, and also just showing the change we've done on the farm from two different versions of the map and what we've gotten ourselves into for the autumn. So guys, thanks for watching. I've been Snowman86. This has been Seneca County, and we'll see you all again, guys. Take care.